Welcome back to Learning from the Greats. Today we've got Snute versus Mana. Snute is a European pro, so is Mana, and Snute is actually one of the people that really made the kind of build that I'm doing, the 3 hatch before gas build, really popular. So I really like his playstyle, and what I'm going to be looking at today is basically how is he scouting against protoss. Right now I'm having issues with protoss mainly because of scouting, and I don't know what's going to happen in this game. I don't know their specific builds or who wins this game, but I'm going to try to figure out. I'm going to look at the timings and kind of what he's looking for, maybe what he's looking for, and what you can kind of devise from those scouts. So first off, let me see. His first overlord is going out to the natural here. So he's just taking it out. This first overlord is going out to the natural here so it can see if it's getting cannon rush or not. I do the same thing. I'm really going to pay attention to these first overlord pathing. So he sent it out to his third to make sure his third's not getting cannon rushed. Because if he takes his third out there and then they build cannons out there, it's still a cannon rush. So always send your overlord out towards your third, or basically your natural, to make sure that there's no cannons there. And the first overlord goes straight across the map, is what it seems. I'm not going to really focus on build orders or anything like that, so sorry if you want to learn this build order. Just pause the video a bunch and watch it. Have the production tab up. But I'm just going to be looking for scouting. When is he going to go in and what's he doing? Yeah, really, he's making sure that there's no cannons around that third. Okay, so he's...
Our drones are under attack.
Okay. So the first scout, he just saw for a second. Basically, this seems really standard. So it's cybernetics core, gate, pylon, and then the nexus is down. So this is telling him that there's not going to be a massive all-in. It's not a one base or anything like that. So I did the same scout. I'm assuming that's what he's looking for. There we go. Sorry, I had to just make sure I could see what they were selecting on the bottom. So he's going to try to catch what the first unit that's going to come out is, I think. And I'm noticing that he's not sending his overlord just directly into the base. He's keeping it by a high ground point. .330. There's the first unit that's going to come out. He sees that it is an adept. So what does he do? Sees it's an adept, so he's sending his lings out.
Our forces are under attack.
How many lings does he have? He's got 4 lings. Let's see where his first lings are. Hold on a second. So let's take a look here. Where you going, buddy? Okay. So he's got his lings kind of separated out right now. So he now sees the stalker. He hasn't checked gas or anything yet. He does have his lings kind of walking around the map. But hold on a second. He sees... Okay. So this is maybe something I should try to figure out. So he's got... he knows there was an adept. He knows there was a stalker. So he sees the adept, sees the stalker, knows there's nothing else on the map, so he's sending his lings out to look around.
Metamorphosis complete.
I think he wants to see what the hell the third unit's going to be.
Our forces are under attack.
Group tumor. Yeah, he's checking for warp prisms to come out of the third, come out of the natural is what I'm looking at. So he lost his overlord. Sees the... warp prism.
Our
Pulling all of his queens down, it looks like. I look at the minimap, all the queens are walking to the right place, yep. Making a big round of lings. Making sure he knows exactly where that damn thing is. Trying to connect his bases with creep and spread creep defensively. He's making a lot of lings. He sees it. So he doesn't know how many gates are going down right now, but I think he's probably going to assume it that he doesn't see the third right now. So he's sending his lings out on the map to make sure that there's no thirds. I do something similar. I don't have as many lings as he's making it. I don't have as many lings as he has. He's waiting for the third. I think he's starting to make roaches now, realizing that there's not a lot of immortal drop. So his lings are coming home. Inject before his queen dies. Got roaches. Going for Baneling Nest. Interesting. I guess he wants to go Ling Bane Hydra. Making sure at 5:30 he's got his tech moved forward. Right now, how many workers does he have? He's only on 40 workers. He made a lot of roaches. He made a lot of, has he lost a bunch of workers or something? He's lost one worker. Oh, okay. Okay, he sees that there's a third coming out now. This is a very recent replay too. This is from within this year. Gonna catch the Overlord, the Immortals. Ah. So he sees Immortals. He sees Archons. So what's his reaction? Hydras. Upgrades. Making some workers now, finally. But he was only on about 40 workers while his opponent was on 2 base. So I guess I should be very careful too. He sees them coming across, so he's canceling, trying to get supply, trying to get money so he can make more stuff. Worker count right now, 57 to 52. Zerg's just a little bit ahead. Grape. I think he's had his Hydras. Did he cancel his Hydra Den? Oh, juicy. He sees an ass load of Immortals. What's his work count now? 63. Hacker Hatch.
Is under attack.
Oh, I got the cancel. That's pretty sweet. Oh, and there comes the charge lance.
Depleted.
Here comes the big attack. Making Banelings. I think he's trying to send out his links to see where the attack is coming. He's going to see it's going down to his third. It's a good idea. He knows that there's a bunch of storm.
The hive cluster is under attack.
Oh my god, what a catch.
Is under
What a damn catch. Oh, okay.
Our forces are under attack.
Oof, juicy storms.
Under attack.
There's Protoss for ya.
Depleted.
Splitting back, splitting back. Just aiming the biles on the storms. Alright, select all army, everything's running in. You look at the mini-map. Pulling home. Pulling home. Alright, so he still doesn't really know what's going on. He's not really scouting, he just has the understanding of when the army is coming out. This might be the difference between why this is the different level between him and like Rogue and other you know, pros and stuff like that. Snute's a really good player, but he's not a Rogue, he's not a Dark, he's not a Cyril. No. 51 workers. 60 workers to 68 workers. Wingbane Hydra. Gotta keep his expensive Ravagers alive. So he's on a low-ish worker count from what I usually try to do with my workers when I'm playing, but he's trying to be very efficient with his trades. Here comes the storms. An ass load of storms. He does not have Baneling speed. Oof. Oof. Juice on the storms. Oh, juice on the storms. Okay, so he's got a drop in the main. Shitload of... This does not look good for our buddy Snute. GG. Alright, so Snute lost this game. Let's take a look from the other's perspective. Alright, so I want to take a look back from this side and look at what's going on from our boy Mana. So the Zerg, I think Snute lost a lot of this because of... I think his worker count was shit for the majority of the game. And I think that's because he was afraid of what the other person was doing. And he never scouted, so he just made units instead of getting ahead in workers. Made a lot of lings. So I want to watch this from Menace's perspective, and I want to see the times that he's starting to drop his extra gates and things like that, when he's going to try to do an attack, when he's choosing his tech. Okay. So we're going to take a look from both sides of this. Sip. I'm gonna get my haircut soon. Pretty long. I won't look like a homeless person anymore. So, very standard opener. This is what I used to do when I was playing Protoss. Very, very standard. Before he's keeping his probe on the other side of the map, making sure that the holes off of gas, or he's actually getting not getting double gases or anything like that. Comes the next pylon soon. There's the pylon. Oh, he already controlled it. Nice. So there goes Adept first. I want to see. Alright, so there's the Overlord. So Adept first. So you make your first unit. And when does he go for tech? Boom, after the first unit. So right here is when, basically, after the first unit, after I see what the first unit is, if it's not a Stalker, I should go into the base. If it's not a Stalker, I should go into the base. So I can try to scout what tech it's going to be. Protoss, I'm going to assume, are going to drop their tech after the first unit. I'm going to keep an eye on this too. I'm going to actually make a note. Do toss. drop tech after first unit? Question mark. So every time I play a game of Protoss, that's what I'm going to try to figure out.
I'm here in the shadows.
He's going to lose this Overlord anyway, but he could have seen it's not a Stargate. He could have seen it was a Robo or something like that. Okay. So he's going to have to get more gates here soon, in case the Zerg wants to do a 2-base all-in. He just needs these gates. This doesn't necessarily mean he's going to do a 2-base all-in himself. He's still making probes. I want to see when the 3rd and 4th gas go down in a standard build. What time? About. Still making probes. 34 probes. There's the tech. So the next tech follow-up is at 4 minutes. So let's say if my opponent doesn't have gases by the 4-minute mark, I know that this is going to be a disgusting all-in. So 4 minutes.
I return to serve.
4 minutes. Follow up. And gas. And then by 4:30, they should be starting. Alright, so there's the big, there it is.
Engaging the enemy. I return to serve.
So, Mana's still making workers, 42 workers, he's still making workers. He's not chronoing workers anymore, but he's still making workers. So this seems like this macro game. Alright, so yeah, by about 4:30, this is a Immortal drop into an Archon drop. So yeah, by 4:30, if it doesn't even look like he's gonna try to take a 3rd. So 5 o'clock pressure, 4:30, 3rd, question mark, 5 minutes, pressure,
I return to serve.
in. So 5 minutes is when the pressure is gonna be coming in, so I have to be ready by 5 minutes. There it is. So you get a little bit of pressure. And that's either going to be an all-in hit or it's going to be an expansion. So I have to be ready at 5 minutes. And if I think it's going to be an all-in, I need to be damn sure I prepare myself. Now, that was the most amazing timed thing ever. We're holding on the probe count right now. He's not making probes. I think he's going to be making production facilities. That's a nasty little army there. Upgrades. Oh, there we go. Now we start probes again.
Base is under attack.
Alright, so I figured it out. So after the very first unit, I should be checking for tech, if it's going to be Robo or Stargate or Twilight. And then gases should be down by 4 minutes. If they're not started by 4 minutes, then I know it's going to be a nasty all-in. 4:30, if he has his gases, I should be looking to see if he's going to start his 3rd. And at 5 minutes is when a pressure timing should come into my base. Just so you know, it takes, I think, actually 18 banelings to kill 1 Archon. I think that's the correct number, to be quite honest. And it's very bad to trade against Archons. when you're playing Ling Bane. So that's why he dropped those Archons down on those Banelings. If that was like any other unit, Immortals are pretty strong against Banelings too.
I return to serve.
God, the micro's amazing. Alright, there it is. Keeping an Immortal on the door. Alright, so. Oh, my neck. What is this? What is this? Observer. Alright. I like that. Oof. Jeez. Saved all of them. GG. Trying to. Yeah, this. Jeez, storms. Man, he just let that Immortal eat it. Oh, he lost the Warp Prism. I didn't notice that. So when he lost the Warp Prism, that's the end of this push. He knows. He's like, I'm gonna lose all these. What's the work count right now? 60. So basically, he's got his third. 40 seconds fourth. Interesting, interesting. So this is a very standard game, is what it seems. Ugh. Sorry, guys. Bit of a yawn there. So he's taking a new base so he can transfer workers.
I have met the enemy.
Nice catch. Oh, amazing. GG. Alright, yeah. Okay, so what we learned, to recap again, after your very first unit, they should be starting tech, unless they have, if they have just one gate, which is very standard. So I should go and see which tech they're going to be starting. At 4 minutes, I should be looking if they have this gas. If not, then it's like, there's no gas. It's going to be an all-in. It's going to be an all-in, because you have to get the gas by at least 4 minutes if you're consistently making workers. So that's a big tell. 4:30, I should be checking to see if he's going to take a greedy third or not, so I know how much I could drone. If not, then I should be stopping at about 51 workers and making some units to defend. And then at 5 minutes is when there's going to be a pressure that's going to come in and hit my base. So hopefully you learned a little bit from this simple replay analysis from two pros that are way better than I'll ever be. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you. I will see you in the next one.